Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Sci. Number 5, Regret. 1984 Chris Craft Stinger 260. Even with the age of it being so old, this boat has really held its value over the years. Rick and the old man do not buy boats, and they make it a big deal whenever one shows up at the shop. However, Corey decided to make a deal with a customer involving his 1984 Chris Craft Stinger 260 boat for $16,500. At first, Rick was angry. But after the boat got repaired, the total cost was about $4,000 to fix, so they ended up spending $20,500 for a boat that was valued at $30,000 by an expert. The seller mentioned that he could not afford to pay for the repairs to fix it, but if he did, he could have earned another $10,000 by selling it himself. Number 4, Civil War Clark and Sherrard Officer Pistol. Anytime someone walks into the shop with authentic Civil War memorabilia, Rick is all over it. He normally pays top dollar for it because he is not worried about a profit as much as he is worried about owning it. So when a seller brought in one of the rarest pistols used during the Civil War, Rick was all smiles. Even the expert he called in talked about how he has only seen one Clark and Sherrard Civil War pistol, and it was in a museum. As he continues to examine the pistol, the expert mentions that others sold for about $80,000. It looked to be real until the final part of the pistol was checking for authenticity, the serial number. He noticed the font was wrong and that it was not the real deal. The seller went from owning a pistol worth $80,000 to having a fake gun worth nothing. Rick did not even make an offer.
Raccoon. And they were having lots and lots of troubles with the guns and fakes.
Okay,
and
makes sense.
I don't know if there's a bad fake where the cast.
Number 3, 1546 Isaac Newton Alchemy Book. Isaac Newton was one of the most famous philosophers in world history and very well could have been one of the smartest men to ever walk the planet. He was a physicist, astronomer, theologian, mathematician, and even wrote his own books. He was the reason for the scientific revolution, which has changed humanity and will continue to change the world for generations. One of the coolest books ever brought into the shop actually came from Sir Isaac Newton's personal library. It was called De Re Metallica, and it was a book about the nature of metals. In other words, it was a book about alchemy and should bring in a good profit. Even after being appraised by an expert and given a value at $20,000, the seller ended up selling it for $7,000 because he has no clue what a negotiation should look like.
The secret manuscript, it's a very interesting history.
There's a lot of interesting things that are going on in that book.
I think it's really, really cool. How much do you want for it?
Number 2, Super Bowl 36 ring. Since he pawned off his 2001 Super Bowl championship ring, Brock Williams, former New England Patriot defensive back, has since disappeared and no one even knows what really happened in his life to force him to make a decision like that. He refused to sell the ring for $15,000 because he just needed a loan of $2,600 for a few weeks. That meant he was returning to get it one day. It has been years and he never came back for it. Number 1, cigar humidor owned by JFK. John F. Kennedy is one of the most memorable presidents in American history for many reasons besides being the only one to lose his life in front of thousands of people while riding in his car through Dallas, Texas. Because of his popularity, anything he owned has serious value. The more unique they are, the greater the value. A cigar humidor should be considered unique, right? The owner of Cigar Aficionado magazine seemed to think so when he bought one for close to $500,000. The difference was, the one he bought was not used by JFK, just owned by him. The one that came out of the shop was used by JFK and had documents to prove it. After trying to come across desperate, the seller ended up selling it for $60,000. The value remains in question, but it is safe to say it will easily sell for much more one day. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of our content in the future. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.